appointment with health workers, leading people and asking people
and nipping the fact that nonsense you're talking about me, about Juju. I'm a Christian. I have never and would never trade it for any foolishness called Juju. And she must know where to fly for her fraud and or machinations. I'm not in her way. I don't know her. I don't want to know her. I have no interest in dealing with her. She should leave my name out of her business. I'm not in her way. I don't know her. So I'm just saying it's pure nonsense and foolishness. She's saying that I was talking with somebody I'm with.
Put it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Want to stand out African soldier, African soldiers to fight for freedom. I want to stand African soldiers now, African soldiers to fight for freedom. Some are dead and some are living. Those that are dead are still fighting on. Those that are living are still fighting. Chaka Zulu, African soldier. Listen, African soldier.
Fear kills small dreams than failure ever will. Living is the art of getting used to what we didn't expect. Push yourself because no one else is going to do it for you. Do the best you can until you know better. And once you know better, you do better. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. The bad news is time flies. But I'm here to tell you the good news this morning. And the good news is you are the pilot. You are the one who determines what to do with your time. You are in control of your time. And so that's the good news this morning. Time flies, but you are the pilot. And this is how I would like to say good morning to our listeners. Good morning to our viewers. Good morning to the 15 political subdivision. Good morning to our followers in the diaspora. A good morning, Liberia. And also good morning to the people of Makipi County, Kakata City, Voice of Liberia there. Good morning. This is how we would like to welcome you to another beautiful edition of Good Morning Liberia on Voice of Liberia 104.1 and Voice of Liberia in Kakata 89.7. My name is Samira Wawala and I'm here with Grace Williams Joshua. Good morning, Grace.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm fine.
Okay.
Martin Luther King, African soldier. Remember,
And so, as usual, this program comes your way every morning at 7:30. And we are here to serve you breakfast as usual with a very hot cup of tea this morning. So, if you are following us via Facebook, we would like to say drop your comments and it will be read at the end of this discussion. And also, if you are following us through our YouTube page as Voice of Liberia 104.1, also drop a comment. And those of you following via through Radio Land, we would like to say thanks for following and don't touch that dial.
politically peace. Your people from economic jargon. Attention, African soldiers. Lila, sika, sila, lila. Oh, lila, sika, sila, lila. Lila, sika, sila, lila. They're calling African soldiers. Lila, sika, sila.
And so, as usual, this morning we are going to take our trending issues. As we all know, there's so many things going on within the country right now. Every day, there's another breaking news. So, we will take trending issues and then Grace will introduce our guests for the day. So, Grace, what do you have for trending issues there?
Right now, I really don't have anything. So when you start, I will fill in later.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Um, as we all know, one of the trending issues within the country right now is the official launch of the Coalition for Democratic Change. They are officially launching their campaign today. That's one of the things that radio stations across the country have been talking about, and we talked about it a little yesterday, and we are here to continue it because today marks the Blue Revolutionary Day. So it's something that we should talk about, and also we will get to that. But yesterday, Joseph Yuma Boaka was in District 16, and I followed him. He says of for the people of District 16. And since campaign started, Ambassador Boaka message have been getting Liberia or Liberians out of poverty. He ensured Liberians yesterday again that they will get out of poverty once he takes power because he's going to change some things. He's going to work with various sectors to ensure that Liberians get good life. That have been his message since this campaign. Um, that's it from our end for trending issues. We will talk about the CDC launch today. It will be one of our talking points before we get our guests for today. But we have two segments today, and the first guest that we are expecting today that is from 8 to 9. We are expecting the CEO of Career Alternative Reform Care Foundation, and he will be here providing recommendations on maintaining our peace ahead of the October 10th general elections. He will be here to talk about peace from 8 to 9. And from 9 to 10, we will have our second guest on this segment. That is that of Alfonso Wabiele. He will be here. He's the National Assistant Secretary General of Planning, Policy, and Program of the Unity Party. He's going to be here to talk about Unity Party. He's going to be here to talk about district politics, and he will also be talking about the Unity Party launch on September 17th. So that's for our guests for the both segments. Let's turn over to Grace so that she brings you trending issues from our end.
Like I said, there is nothing much I have to say about trend issues. All I can say today is Unity Party continuing their campaign. Adesanya commit as well. He visited the market across Liberia. He also visited Waterside yesterday. He was in town visiting market. He was in Ominga a few days ago. Um, Also, we have yesterday I was able to go for a section with one of the representative candidate in person of Cameron Davis, who was talking and speaking at a church in R2 community. He's talking about the well-being of Liberian and how Liberia should be giving back to the church. And he want Liberia to take the lead in especially Christian because the Declaration of Independence was in church. And so he's hoping that the church will elect him as October 10th. But my problem with him yesterday, he was attacking other personalities and using profane languages. As a man of God, I think the best thing to do is to sell your campaign message and tell the people why they should vote for you instead of attacking other people. Okay. And I also witnessed Pastor Parker yesterday. He visited the Nikota community and they stand up in anonymous and they were there and making sure that our program was a success. And all of them was there and it was shouting about the crowd across the country. But today, we are grateful again that we are witnessing all political rallies and activities going smoothly, and we are supposed to be transitioning to the 8 years shortly to bring you happiness of the Coalition for Democratic Change. So that's what I have on my plate for training issue this month.
Okay, okay, Chris, thank you. We will talk about the launch today. As we all know, the incumbent, they are launching their campaign today in person of His Excellency George Manuel. He's launching his campaign today. And the program will be taking place at the Anthony Tottenham Stadium in Monrovia. Yeah, I think you know about that, Chris. You know about the venue. And last night we had some people, some executives from the Youth League. They were on this platform with the CEO of this radio station. We were talking about how the atmosphere will be today at the ATS, how it's going to be like. But I want to interact with Liberian people and I want Grace giving her own view as to how she expects the turn up to be at ATS today. Because from the beginning of this campaign or before the campaign could start, we saw that the Coalition for Democratic Change they had a 1 million rally wherein it was overwhelmingly packed. And they also had a thank you program for His Excellency George Manuel, where in that particular program I was thrown from one stage to another. Myself, I was there and I saw what happened that day. The crowd was just too much. They pull up in that number. So what are we expecting today? That it is the official launch of the CDC campaign. What are some of your expectations? What do you expect to happen at the Anthony Tottenham Stadium? Because yesterday I listened to an executive of the Youth League and he said that um, they are expecting 1 million people at the Anthony Tottenham Stadium. And I said that Anthony Tottenham Stadium cannot take 1 million people. And also looking at the people that are within Monrovia now. So we're still kind of thinking and giving a thought as to how the atmosphere is going to be like. But we all know that one CDC is having a program. It's called the Blues Day because I can say that the whole country can be blue. But Grace, it's over to you. What do you make of today's campaign launch of the Coalition for Democratic Change?
Okay, like yesterday, I had the privilege to talk to one of our sponsors of this program, Mr. Joshua Brown. He was like, today will be a revolutionary day, and CDC is noted for making history. So, the fact that CDC has been putting up crowd from 2005 till now, putting up crowd is one thing, and getting the vote is another thing. And also, I saw in the light of the Unity Party, I want to compare the both. Yesterday, there was a huge turnout in West Point. We all know West Point over the years from 2005 to present has been one of the stronghold of Dr. George Manawia. But look at the turn up yesterday for Niku Town and how the people welcome Ambassador Walker thinking our past sorry we made mistake and all kind of battle cry they were shouting yesterday there and that of district number 10 it kind of a worrisome for the cities knowing the fact that the opposition is coming heavily and they are well prepared their campaign messages are going across the country and they have divided themselves across the country from all angles to make sure that they get their campaign messages is something that has tend to be corrected that is sinking deeply in the mind of people. And we fear that even turn up, if you have the huge turn up, if you are not propagating your message well, it may affect you in this election. And also the CDC doing likewise. We see few people like in the like of Honorable Joshua Brown, who has taken his own political trend in a different direction. That is going to the people, engaging the people, not following the trend, not following the crowd, the other politicians do, or other lawmakers or ministers are doing. You follow different trend that is engage the people separately while the president is not there, go from communities to communities and tell them this is why you should vote for the president. And one thing I want to tell the ruling party is that being in this position right now, you have everything it takes to win this election. Like everything. You are clothed with honors. You are also clothed with the popularity. You have people from your camp that are willing to sacrifice. Even before the CDC came up to the presidency, we noted that Liberian were sacrificing for CDC. They used to print their own t-shirt and they are still printing their own t-shirt today. I'm told that some auxiliary right now printed their own jacket, and that auxiliary refused for me to fund the CDC. They funded their own printing of the jacket. Can you imagine just to be unified for the CDC? But that should not be a text where CDC would now relax and say, I have won this election, knowing the fact that United Party is progressing, they are pushing, they are doing their best and they are most Liberian who are understanding a message. So CDC may put up the crowd today, they say the people blue, but all the vote doesn't stand that it is for the CDC. And United Party may campaign, canvass, people will attend. It doesn't also mean that those people they are 100% going to vote in Barcelona. So the political stand remain where it is.
Mm. But do you think that that stellium will be full today? Because seditions, executives in the CDC-led government, they started saying that it's a holiday. So if you don't have anything to do to town, you don't come to town because there's going to be huge traffic in town. We all know what CDC can do when it comes to putting out crowds. We know, but of recent, like you said, Joseph Imabwaka had been putting out some crowds to inferior locations that he had visited. So what do you make of the turn up to ATS today? Also, they said that they are looking forward to 1 million men at ATS today. Do you think that that stadium can hold 1 million men, or do you think that the 1 million men will pull up with their numbers today?
Okay, looking at the fact that CDC is struggling right now, I would say CDC is struggling
How?
because
How?
the reason I say CDC is struggling, I will be very honest, people around the president are the problem.
Okay.
Why I say they are the problem, most of the people in the position to help people in their community, in their constituents, are kind of for very, very mean.
Yeah.
They are mean. We have people propagating themselves as sedition that don't want to help the common people. And forgetting another thing, common people are the one that brought you to position. And I think why Ambassador Barker has to take you from the CDC or President we are sorry, have to take you from the CDC or take people from the Unity Party to bring them over on board to work is to provide opportunity for Liberians. Because he will not be able to employ everyone. So if you see this community, maybe do community, and employ one permanent person from the CDC from that community. So now they employ them, you notice they move to our own located area,
So that the people from that
yeah,
community,
we not have
yeah,
access to
they
them.
can contact
So
them.
if President we are, I would tell the CDC, those watching me this morning, those listening to me via radio. People say Grace is a sedition journalist. No, I may report for the executive mansion, but I owe it to this country. If President we are will lose this election, if he will, it will not be because the Liberian people don't love him. The Liberian people unconditionally love President Weah, but it will be because of the circle he's associated with, which most of them are mean. They refuse to share with the people around them. They are closing their gates. Some of them even still in communities where they don't speak to their constituents. So if the CDC will not put up cry today, if they will even put up cry and coming this, if this election will even shift for second round, it will not be because of President Weah. No, it will be because of those people around President Weah that have been trusted with certain position or has been elected to certain post or maybe a representative or senator, and they're refusing to help the masses. So the masses have stood on their back and said, since you can't help me and I put you in a position to help me, I will just stop supporting President Weah. But if they come to President Weah, who can gestures to the Liberian people and how he meet their needs and how he's there to respond? Like someone told me the last time on this radio that I don't care who you are, when you phone President Weah or you get in contact with him, your life can never remain the same. For me, I have not had that encounter, but people are saying it. So he's not mean. Then why people around him are very, very mean? So if people will not turn up to them in number as they used to before from 2005, it will be because of the let's just say this, the
People who are
behavior
okay,
or the
okay.
sluggishness of people in position
Oh,
around the presidency.
okay.
Okay.
I see. Okay, that's just it. But what about the one round victory? Do you think that is possible for CDC to get one round victory? Looking at we have 20 presidential candidates vying for that one presidential seat. And somehow, at times when I'm saying some of these things, I can be smiling saying it because they just kind of I don't know what to say about it because that one seat, look at America, you have two political parties. All of these other small political parties they emerge with the people who wants to be able to be successful within an election. But looking at Liberia, we have 20 presidential candidates. And now the United Party government, they are saying that they want one round. And CDC, they are pushing one round because we heard some speculations that they won't have money to go into second round. It will cost
It's
the
not a
country.
speculation. It's not a
It
speculation.
will
It was a
cost.
statement on Deviata Brown Alasana. She
Yeah,
said that CDC, not CDC, the administration, which is the finance ministry, have only make available $3 million ahead
yes,
of
and
this
they
election,
won't get
which is
another
far
money.
from their budget.
Yes,
Very,
to
very far.
facilitate second round. But we are seeing that political parties in the like of Unity Party and that of CDC, they are pushing one round victory. So how do you see that? Do you think that is possible looking at the population of Liberia and having 20 presidential candidates? Because out of these 20 presidential candidates you have, definitely they will have their kind of community that they will get people to vote them. ANC, ANC kind of part of people who will want to vote CPP, right? You have tier one, you get people who will want to vote him, and seeing them pushing a one round victory. Because since Josh we have been going to his campaign and then giving out messages to communities around the country, he's been telling them that they want one round victory. Do you think that is
Like I told you, from my own political standpoint, my own political analysis, looking at the challenges that are faced with in the CDC currently, maybe putting out numbers,
possible?
they may act like they have the numbers,
Mm,
but are those numbers going to work for them? That's the question.
mhm,
Like I said previously, most of the people in position in the CDC, they are very, very mean to their constituency.
mhm.
So if you think today people will have to open the phone line to know, to ask questions who are going
Yeah,
to
yeah,
be, and if they're not going to. But the fact remains, CDC was not even supposed to be campaigning that much this time around. They're supposed to campaign though,
Mhm,
but it's supposed to be like a free ride because CDC had the popularity.
mhm,
They had the popularity over the years.
mhm,
But looking at the fact that they have been faced with some challenges and they are not trying to face that challenges and ministers and those elected are not seeing the need to help people within their surroundings, especially those people that President Weah has empowered them to help. They have refused to see the need that these people depend on them, that they were put in this position to be able to push the agenda of the president by stretching at him. You see the difference between the CDC and the Unity Party.
Mhm.
The Unity Party, people working with around, who was around elite used to relate with the people in their communities. But the issue with the CDC, the people in position are mean, very, very mean to themselves. They don't see the need to help these people. Now they're going back to these people at this time. And trust me, all the vote that CDC will accumulate, it will not be because of some certain people in position. It will not be because of people in election. No. It will be because of the genuine love they have for President Weah
Okay.
and the way he has assisted them.
Okay.
So the CDC and cannot tell us right now
That they
with
will.
the amount of work they have done
Uh-huh.
within their community and how some of them have failed massively,
Mhm.
will be able to win this election one round. If
Mm.
the people who elect President we have one round, it will be on the love they have for him, the unconditional love and
Mhm.
some of the work he has done.
Mm.
But if they just come to scratching him and the people around and relationship with their constituents, I will tell you for fact no.
Oh, okay. Okay, just speaking of that, NEC gave a hint on a possible second round. That was NEC Political Affairs Officer, Mr. Wiese. He said that to Mr. Sam Andrews on VOL right here on our own station. Let's get the voice of Mr. Wiese interacting with Mr. Sam Andrews on his program.
Call for absolute majority of the vote, meaning you must have 50% plus one, then you win the first round, meaning there's no second round. If no candidate obtained absolute majority, 50% plus one in the first round, a second ballot shall be conducted on the second Tuesday following the announcement of the results of the first ballot. Second Tuesday, I will end here. I don't have to go all the way down. Second Tuesday following the announcement of the result of the first ballot. If you need to plan for elections second round, the time the law tell you you need to conduct the second round, do you expect for us to get the money after announcing the results before we start running behind the Ministry of Finance or before we start making preparation? Election doesn't work like that. While we are talking about now, the commission start to engage for that money. The commission start to make preparation for a possible second round. If there will be a second round, the time frame the law is providing is a very limited time frame that you expect the commission to say we're waiting for the first round to finish. Let's see whether there will be second round before we make the preparation. Obviously, the time frame is very limited. And as such, in elections, there are lots of preparation we
Mm.
put in for elections. You saw in 2005, there was a second round, 2011, in 2017, and the commission were ready to move into the second round because we always have funding for the second round. That is why the commission is engaging. Nobody said the commission pray there must be this one or there must be this one. In elections, when you are preparing in elections, we don't wait for the last day to prepare. Election is a bridge between chaos and peace. It lasts for the security. So that's the reason the commission is asking for this money now because preparation must start now for second round. It will need to have second round.
So that's just it. That was the voice of Mr. Weezer interacting with Mr. Sam Andrews on his program on Voice of Liberia, and he talked about the second round. But Grace, to the fight here, we have 20 political parties. That alone, that alone can tell you that it's very, very much. I don't want to use the word impossible, right? But it's hard for you to just win first round just like that. It's going to be very hard, except the people of Liberia, they angrily vote you or angrily vote that person out. So there's a need that we say that second round is possible. It's very possible. Looking at because we hosted Tiawan Congolese just the other day, and all of these political parties, all of these people who are vying for the seat of presidency, if you ask them today or tomorrow, if you doesn't win the election and Liberia happens to go into second round, who will you pledge your votes for? They will always tell you that when that time reaches, we will cross the bridge.
And
That is because this political party, I can say that they are somehow greedy. They don't want to emerge. They don't want to come together as one. Everybody want to have their own part of party wherein they will they want the presidency, right? So they don't want to come together with any other party to be able to go. get the presidency, but they want to get it on their own. That's the reason. I think that's one of the emphasis about this whole second round thing. Tiago Gongola said that when the time reaches, he will tell us who he will pledge his support to. And watch my lips right now. When that time reaches, they will start to do it on what they can benefit, self-interest. Because if there is a second round and for an example, United Party and AC or United Party and CDC happens to go into a second round, and then you have Tia Wongolo, you have Clarence Moniba, you have the medical doctor who said that he's going for the seat of presidency. You have all of these people, they will come together when they pledging their votes to these political parties. They will ask you what you can bring to the table. You will have to give in order for them to give you their vote. But watch me, you are doing that all the times. It's only your lawyer people that will follow you to vote this particular party that you pledge your vote for. But these people they have the right to vote whoever they want if it doesn't win. So
Okay,
that's just it.
I said my last statement. I'm not deterred because I know I'm saying the truth. CDC could post a second round. CDC could joyously won the second round or first round. I mean, CDC could say boldly that there will be no second round if those people in power, if those people in the ministerial position working within the executive and the legislatures and the senators who are sedition have been open with their constituents, have been helping their constituents, then CDC can gracefully say we will win first round. And I'm urging NEC to work closely with the finance ministry to make funding available for this election if we are to proceed to second round because what important is the democracy process in this country being free,
Mhm.
fair, and transparent. Whoever you are subjected to the people election and you are subjected to their votes. Their vote is important. And if you will win this election, will be determining what you have done or what you would do if you are elected. So there will be no free ride. There will be no free ride. NEC has to get on feet and provide every necessary things the citizens of Liberia will want out to pay our constitutional
Mhm.
backings.
Mhm.
And the CDC-led government, I know they will make funds available. That if this election will transition to second round, that they will have a second round. What President we should be doing now is going to his people, apologizing for all the mistakes he made, and telling them thank you for all the good things he have done, and telling them why did you vote for him, which he's doing, which he started doing even from the thank you rally. I'm saying this because President Weah is a humble man. He listened to his people. He listened that he told the citizen, we know some of you have left. Some of you left the party, some of you are angry. You all come back
So
home.
come back.
Get back home, be back home,
Yeah.
left, move ahead. We all see the fact that President Weah have lot of people flashing and support right now.
Mhm.
A lot of people are coming up to openly support President Weah re-election day. But I'm telling you, the Liberian people this morning, it's not because of people around President Weah. No,
Okay.
it is because of his own impact he have on the life of Liberia. The same thing with Ambassador Barker. If people would think that Liberians will go to the pool to vote for Ambassador Barker because of people around Ambassador Barker in the works of Elliot Salo, in the works of Brian Samuka, and all these people that we know, quote unquote, are corruption king Kong, talking about that of our one of the contesting women Smith, women pay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Other people are clothed one way or the other. They have stigma of corruption on them. But people will not vote for Ambassador Baka because of them. No. People will vote Ambassador Baka because of the impact he have on their life and the decision he has been making over the years and the fee he can continue to make. So this is the whole political standpoint. But if CDC wanted to win this election first round, they have 6 years to prepare. And they feel that. Not President Weah, I stand to be corrected, but people around President Weah feel.
Okay. Okay. So that's just it, Chris. I don't know as to if you are interacting with our first guest, whether he's
We
making
still expecting him, but I
his
think we can just get the
his
public
way. Yeah.
view. Yes.
Yeah. We will definitely get the public view as what is happening today. Today is the Blues Day. It's CDC official launch of their campaign today at the ATS in Monrovia. They are launching their campaign today. We have some other trending issues to discuss too. We have too many things to discuss, but this particular one is something that is all over the country right now. I got hints from somebody that before making their way to town this morning from the Gandersfield belt, it wasn't easy there. To even get a keke or taxi, it wasn't easy because the people started gathering already. They started putting in their numbers everywhere, from everywhere, even from my end, from the ELBC side. As early as this morning at 6 o'clock, I was on the road. People had their speakers, they had their t-shirts, their barriers, they had their stickers behind their phones. They were singing. Some people they started walking from ELBC junction straight to the ATS. That's something that we should say that is unusual. It's always happening whenever CDC having some rally or something. People walk from their favorite homes to reach to where
like I
they
said,
they can get.
sedition, they are loyal sedition.
Of
They
course.
are sedition who don't care for what people do to them
Mhm,
or what people have been doing.
mhm,
But the fact remains that they are also sedition and elected president we are because politics is interest and they wanted something in return. So if people refuse to see these things, people will come to town this morning, even me making my way. There are some challenges I acquired. I was nearly involved into a accident. The keke I was in at the front, the text say, I didn't know where he rushing going,
mm,
jump on the other lane and bounce those people. But before I came up safely.
mhm,
But the issue here is CDC has not paid for we.
mm,
President Weah may have, Joe
mhm,
Howard Taylor may have,
mhm. But
but
some officials,
sedition, not
mm,
even some, bulk of the sedition,
mm,
they did not pave their way.
mm,
And I just hope this time around, if President will win this election, that he will see the need to get rid of some of these people.
okay.
Just get rid of them.
Mhm.
So I don't know if we want to hear from the public if somebody making their
Yeah,
way
we were definitely yeah from
to
when
the
people
80 this morning,
people
the
started.
Antoinette Stadium,
Yeah, Antoinette Tottenham Stadium. I've never visited Anthony too. It's the Antoinette Tottenham
because you
Stadium.
don't know sports, you
Uh,
don't like sports like
exactly.
that.
I don't go for sport activities. And we are about to open the phone lines. If you are following us on Facebook, you drop a comment
Well,
and
if you're making your way this
they will
morning,
be read out at the end of this show and tell us as if you are making your way this morning. And that's how I would like to urge you out there to be peaceful. We know that seditions, they are peaceful people, but for people out there too, who are not seditions, you have to be careful in the streets today because the street is going to be jam. So, like, they are always saying, if you have nothing going in town, then you don't come to town because the traffic is going to be huge today. Very huge. The University of Liberia, some instructors, they cancel their classes for today because they know what will be happening. They are not seditions, though, but they are because of the crowd. And most people will not be able to come, attend to lesson and all of these things. So they are sending it to the next day. So if you are out there, if you are going in the street today, you know how you are getting in the street because seditions, like some executives of the youth said last night, they will be pulling out in their numbers. So if you are to get in the street, be aware of that. So for those of you following us through Radio Line, you can call us on 0770 907 907 0880 907 907 and make your point on Good Morning Liberia as it relates to the the official launch of the CDC campaign. What do you expect? What are some of the messages you expect from President Weah today? Let's take this one from our Lunster line. Good morning.
Good morning, Voice of Liberia.
Good morning. I didn't know where to join us from.
Good morning. My name is Abu Bakar Kuma. This morning I phoned in from 24th Street, Think up precisely down the beach.
Okay.
So, let me say thanks so kindly for the level of participation for you and your co-host. Appreciate you guys for that. Now, let me speak to the issue about brothers from the ruling coalition for, let's say, coalition for democratic change to the official launch. We are urging all many Liberians from around Liberia to respect our brothers, even though we are from the opposition. But as a gather, let it be done peacefully. We shouldn't embarrass them because after October 10th, 2023, after all of the general election, you notice that we will still remain Liberian. Liberia will be the only country we cannot be deported from. Just to speak quickly to the issue about some hierarchy of CDC that lives in those community. I was sure we're having some friendly discussion with on the opposition and that of our brothers from the ruling establishment. And then they started complaining about one guy living in 24th Street, between 24 and 25th Street. They say he's one of the hierarchy. His name is, I guess his name just let me. He's one of the co-chair at the level of CDC. The guys are saying they don't even know as to whether it's also part of the party. Can you imagine how many see young people that are insane that believe in the proper example for prosperity and development? That guy will pass by them. We're shocked. We're going to opposition to see there's a hierarchy for CDC. He's not even identifying with their brother, with brother and sister from CDC. That move by people from the opposition. They need to work out. Even though they won't be comfortable with how much MA, we have to go for 7 because after the election law, we're talking about 50 plus 1% vote.
Okay.
Is that possible?
Thank you. Yes, I stay your time. Chris.
Thank you.
And I want to clear here, nobody is co-hosting anyone here. We are all presenters. So when you call, just address us as presenters, okay?
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, I'm John Congo calling from the 12th Street.
Go ahead.
Yeah, my late daughter is still there for analysis, or critical analysis.
I'm not a late girl. I'm a woman.
Oh, okay, but I'm in my 60 now.
Oh, okay,
So,
yes, Daddy, yes, okay.
Okay. Her analysis, she make her analysis and came that to a logical conclusion. It's alright, 100%. 2005, people used to walk all the way to Rawa Street to meet George Weah. But when he took power, her listener so me, Mama Fikawa, to other people, they would less of having wishes. All those people, they would be in that guy, even waving to them, they think you want to pay them for money. You see? So that is reducing the morale of the unit of the CDC. You can see it do it 2018, 2019, 2020. You saw the crowd. You saw the crowd that came up.
Okay,
yes.
Thank you.
At the end of the day, you saw what Delon won with. So you see people going over there. You see, when you are running party, you get everything. You got the ego, you got your government official, you got government employee, you got the money. You go now to CDC party, you will get laptops, you will get barrels, you will get. But you know the party get it. You see, Bongo get it. So CDC will pull out the crowd, but the end result at the ballot box, it won't be easy. I'm telling you, there will be a second round at the ballot box. Good morning.
Good morning.
Samira and Grace, thank you for the fascinating discussion this morning.
Okay.
And I'm Peter David Castro. I call from 103 in Lower Johnsonville. And my message to my fellow citizens today as we get into the street to really campaign vigorously for our round one victory, be peaceful and let us respect the freedom of movement of others. So that's a peace message. And as relate to everything, government officials are normally mean, not only CDC government official. Grace is surprising to know that the past 12 years have produced at the mid-year commissioner of Lusaka, my immediate uncle, when I at the University of Liberia 2016. Just for 1,500, the guy complained. So until the left power, lost. Yeah, so that's a system that being instituted into the Liberian society. So our one victory is clear. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Samara.
Good morning. You are live, and even where do you join us from?
Yeah, but while our young man is talking, we all participated in 2004. I was in 2004, walk on into the complex. From the party, I was in the complex. I was into the complex. You shouldn't be talking that. You shouldn't be saying that. Once you for the party, what the trouble now give money or not? So once for the party, you are for the party.
Make your point.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, we are all converging from the 12th feet all the way to how they call PPS.
Are you a government official?
And then we all have peace. Peace will reign in this country, and whosoever want to bring any other thing, will not happen in the
Thank
name
you.
of Jesus.
Thank you. Thank
But
you.
if you governor, you have to
Good
do
morning.
that motive. Okay?
Morning.
Yeah, Principal Mane, I'm calling for electoral district 8.
Go ahead.
To be more precise in the community. I listen to the analysis.
You are
Go
live.
ahead. Okay. Call back.
I'm not getting that person. Let's take this. Good morning.
Good morning, Greatness.
Good
Morning,
morning,
Brahma.
Brahma.
Yeah. Let me say thanks, this morning for your analysis. For the second, my name is Brahma William, and I join you from my people village resident with District 13.
Go ahead, Brahma. Thank you.
The analysis you made there concerning about our community is just 100% true. This guy made the campaign hard for President William. Because if you listen to your community to where you identify with the people, even today, if you go to 5 or 6 places in Germany, you don't go to the area, they will follow you. The election day, Germany will go to President William, they will follow you because you are then there for them, you are then there with them, so they will follow you. But they just need everything with the president. Because today, even if I was working in government, I was doing President William job today, I will leave it. President William will come at the end and meet me there. Seriously. So now I'm getting preparing all my things. I'm sitting along with me, to see myself, at 80 years. So if you don't go today at 80 years, you will want to do that you will forever mess in your life.
Okay,
So
Brahma.
today, I will be going to all tradition, all our ways going or coming back. There will be peaceful. Please stop with violence. Anyone want to bring noise, just pass by your business. If you see other person in car, they're going on their normal business. Don't stay even their car. Don't stay even their ticket. Don't stay even their bike. They see when we get a freedom to move, to go to their ATS. Let's give the other people the right to their freedom to go to their business. We
Okay.
shouldn't stop them. We shouldn't peaceful. We shouldn't call noise.
All
Let's
right.
be peaceful.
Thank you.
Peaceful. Peace
Thank you.
last.
Thank you for
Thank
making your point. So keep calling us on 0770 907 907 and tell us what's your thought about the CDC campaign today. They are launching that campaign today, and they said that they are expecting 1 million men turn up. So it's something that you got to give it to us as to if 1 million men will turn up at the ATS or as to if it won't be.
Good morning. Good
Hello.
morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Father.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Prince was my name. I'm calling for electoral district 8.
Go ahead,
Okay.
Prince.
Yeah, I listened to the analysis of the election going second round, which historically, after the election has been rigged, that's the only way you can win 50% plus one. And so our anticipation is not actually first one. It's just a simple to motivate our camp. Our anticipation is a good president for which he has worked for in a space of 4 years. So I just called the middle of the matter and motivate all citizens to gather to the 2 days. So I hope to see you follow on with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where do you join us from?
I'm Century calling for Chicago City. I'm coming to say
Okay, go ahead.
this rather this morning will be so great. So I urge you all my citizens that will be calm and cool into the process. Because what we're going for is success. This success going for success, we should be moderate. So that's the reason for the thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for making your point on Good Morning Liberia. Keep calling us on 0770 and make your point on this morning show. Today's CDC is launching their campaign at the Antoinette Tottenham Stadium, and
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Yes. Good morning. I think my name is Marvin calling from Broadway, Catholic program.
Right. Go
Hello.
ahead, brother.
Yeah. I mean, I know that CDC they had a crowd because they had the money. And I was speaking up, I was a physician, and because all the supposed to the CDC government. I noticed that then they brought a capsule of that, I was not supposed to have, and it was practice. So,
I don't think that
I'm
should
not
be
going to put it.
excused. Hello, brother.
Come again?
Because I say that shouldn't be excused because you can call about the senior art in local country. Is condemning it.
Yeah, I think
You
they
can
brought up
condemn it.
capsule. I was scared, so I was for the practice.
Okay, so that's your own point. Thank you.
Good
Thank you.
morning. Good morning.
That person left the line. So keep calling us on 0770 If you're just tuning in, you're listening to Voice of Liberia 101. Currently, the program Good Morning Liberia with Chris Valencia and Liberia One. Together we are here serving you a hot cup of tea this morning and also discuss the launching ceremony of the Coalition of Democratic Change at the ATS today in Monrovia. Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
You have to walk away from your monitor.
Yeah,
Your name and
this
where
is
do you
that is
join us
not
from?
what I was calling from this video. Yeah, I listened to one of your callers saying that they are just initiating. Whether you or not, you say you are decision. No, see, is just a letter. So we don't get five by we find what we can get from it people. What we can get from it.
Okay.
You will not be talking to like there's no way you need it for you take for you. That's putting power. No, 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 don't get it wrong.
You listen to the analysis. I think that was one of the caller that made their point.
Okay.
So you can criticize
Good
him for that.
morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Your name and where you calling from?
My name is Ambassador Lincoln Aromaritine and I joined you from DC Township.
Go ahead, Ambassador.
Yeah. Good morning to the peaceful people of Liberia as well. Uh, let me get something crystal clear this morning to every Liberian. Uh, we are not fooled again and we're not being led by the news. CDC launching for bid is just a waste of time. The Liberian people are falling wise to vote old man Joe, and old man Joe will be the next president come October 10th. Have a good day.
Okay. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, so keep calling us on 0770-907-907, And if you are following us via Facebook, just drop a comment and it will be read at the end of this discussion. Also, invite a friend to participate. You cannot be the one carrying all of the good news. Invite a friend to get some of the catching stories that we are talking about here. So, Chris, I don't know as if you want to take the Facebook comments.
Uh, I don't think I have access to it. You can read it. Computer is not that way.
Oh, okay. While we are expecting us, let's take this one.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Your name and where do you join us from?
I'm Kofi Toman calling you from Agidi County.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we just want to tell the physician, let them hold their peace for now. That is any man Baka. So nobody should really. We have decided and ready to put this any man Baka. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. That's your own
Thank you.
contribution. Thank you. So you have the Facebook ones already.
Somebody said good morning. Grandma William said good morning. So you're today we also at the ATS part of the city, booth number 18. Honorable George Watkins Jr. said, good morning, everyone. I'm following live from my comfort zone, district number 13, Maserado County, Liberia. Uh, Patience will say, I'm following. Formula say, I'm following from my year resident. Annual Taylor said, good morning, Grace and Sam. I'm watching from USA, T Street. Ruben County said, I'm following. So that's all we have.
Okay, so let's take call from the Monster line. Good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and where do you join us from?
This is Samuel calling for the second Nigerian County.
Okay, Samuel, you have to be a bit audible.
I said this is Samuel calling for Kakata Nigerian County.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I just want to say thank you to you two yesterday. But to a point, you see, today rally is about rally. I know of. But you know, CDC 2005, CDC 2011, just 2023. Because if you want to have a rally, even 2011, you need to have a rally. Only marketing, limited rally alone have a calorie. But I was so surprised last night. I don't know why is it that you got to hold people at night. 15 buses of translated bus for buses were 40 people last night.
You saw them. Do you have a photo of them?
Go on school entrance page. I wanted to last night 15 buses.
That's speculation. And sometimes you saw them coming from your end, you saw them in your county.
That's the question.
You know, it's speculation for your side and for everyone because they are now posted. If you go on the page, if you go
I
on
dare right
internet
now.
and ask
Is
them,
that Spoon FM?
I said school entrance page.
I dare
You saw
already.
it.
So,
Hello?
yeah, go ahead.
I said, even Jakarta last night, I was to BWI. I was coming from Mauritius, and I saw about 3 buses come from Boston to passing over. And you see, this time around, we are already decided which are the going to do. The government will now see the war to strengthen them, but they can't put the country to win the chance. We are already decided that this government will not go back to the second time. We're going to gain a one round, even if you cannot go for one round, but the government will not go back.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so we can take that. People in buses moving from place to place is their right. If you see them in buses and me trucking them, you did not see CDC local, you don't see CDC t-shirt on them. So we don't have up to that information. So we can run with it. We can run with it. Let's wait and see if you catch CDC share from across the country, maybe doing that. They say, but this is their national rally today. Is something they get people from different places that are party leaders. They will have to come to town to grace this occasion. I mean, they're tracking people. So let us stop listening to speculations and following political journalists that want to cause chaos for this country. If you made up your mind to vote for Joseph Bakak, what are they? You cast your vote. If you're supporting CDC, also do the same. Okay?
Okay, so we are still taking in calls. You call us on 0770-907-907, 0880907-907. We will take two more calls and we call it a day for this segment, for this particular topic, and then we get to another one. So keep calling us on 0770-907-907, 0880907-907. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where do you join us
Yeah, the name remains respectfully speaking from District 3 this morning. Yeah, let me say thank you, for this particular topic along discussion this morning. You know, it's good to highlight the beer line so that we should know what is unfolding in our country. You know, actually, from the Imperial Quarter, what just you can see it for a that that is a complete lazy analysis. You can't come and tell the public that you saw 15 buses for his first statement. He said he saw 15 buses and the last one leading from Activity. I mean, in Monrovia. Then allow after you think you saw anything, you take photo of it
from?
and
He
stick to
said he
never
saw them on spoon.
yeah, you know, so I saw it all last night. And you know, we all monitor school at the same time we monitor the other radio. You know, if you let it to school, you will put your content into chaos because school will have any minimum time on this particular class something that you have with your state.
Okay.
Having a lot to stay in jail. And secondly, he said, he said, he saw three again. And he said he saw three. So why should you be
It's,
lying to
it's,
the public
it's
and
not
say,
even
you know,
exact.
Yeah,
How is
I
that?
think
That's his movement. Please don't
yes.
attack
So
me.
so so that's it. Yes, after your time. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning. You are live. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm simply calling from my Calcutta.
Okay, Ansu.
Yeah, we already telling the Indian people, even the whole Muslim Friday, only on today, 20 October, October 10, Joseph Bossa is the next president for the
Wait for
country.
your own lunch there, then you take the car to
Yeah,
yard.
yeah, thank you.
You just have like 10 more days to the launch. So I think
Wait for
it's
your
something
own lunch, you make it
we
to the
should wait
brain.
for. Grace.
Good morning.
Camera,
Your name and where you calling from?
Mama, where are you?
Yeah,
Yes,
Papa. Yeah.
so there's notice today, they tell official launch. So the official is a lady for law or a lady or come back here for me.
No,
And
watch it
I
on your
don't
phone.
want to break my bread.
You should
So
watch it on
if
your
I want to come at ATS,
phone. No.
if I want to come at ATS today,
I'm not telling you that you should watch it on your phone.
yeah, because the people saying, oh, the other column, like someone on school, and they say they saw three, four buses coming from Canada. So if the person, if they want to come see for themselves, they want him on the to come because they okay, so I plan, that plan,
Okay.
but
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
This is Chef Kumar for you from Houston.
Go ahead.
Let me tell you, thank you so much for coming on the discussion. You know, when you have strategy, you bring people for nothing. Canada is now Guinea or Nigeria. Canada is Martinique is a subset of Nigeria. So if people launching a national campaign day today, so many people, what we gonna issue? So it's so pathetic, the way we look at Nigeria. And we need to this is my own advice to my police who are going out there today. Liberia is the only country we have. They will
Okay.
disrupt the process. We will not go nowhere. No African country will be willing to accept for. We lost 250,000 lives. We should think and reflect about our country. So let us be peaceful and maintain the stability of our country. Thank you all for your continued advice and continued republic.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I think we can call it a day for
Oh,
this
are we
segment.
expecting our guest?
So we continue taking calls.
Our guest is not here until 9 o'clock. Your first guest.
Yes, let's just continue. I was thinking about us transitioning
You are the
to.
one. What is-
Okay, so this is it.
Good morning, your name and where you
yeah, good morning. Hello,
Your name and where you calling from?
my name is Thomas. Thomas wasn't calling for Parkwell.
Go ahead, Thomas.
I don't know what they had to me about that. My giving up all of that, even the time for Nima or even Birele. I was
That
where we
official
are.
launch, right?
Yeah, our official no. I
Oh,
didn't want to
okay.
talk in. We don't know why we already make our man. You should say, I already make up my mind. Because yeah, do not just put a one foot.
They shouldn't talk for you, eh?
Yeah, the man say we make our man say, I make up my mind.
All right.
So they shouldn't be
Okay.
talking here. Even that, they're not necessarily say, people pay people. How would we pay people? How will we pay people when people love the president?
Okay,
How will
thank
we
you,
pay
thank you, thank you. That's all the time we have on this segment for course. We we will start with different topic already. That's all we have. We can't take any more calls.
Okay, we continue with calls for today. We continue with calls and call us this morning. Tell us if you're making your way to the Antoinette Tottenham Stadium. Tell us if you are gearing towards this momentum at President Weir and the CDC launches for camping officially today. So put in your call on 0770907 0880907907. And let's see if you're making your way to the Antoinette Tubman Stadium. If you will be part of the program today, if you're having traffic congestion in your community, you're having difficulties accessing where you're going, and you don't want to leave the street today, if you are not a citizen, you do want to stay in home. If you're not a citizen, you want to still ask where you will be. Okay, let's pick this call. We have a caller on the line.
So let's take it from the orange line.
Okay,
Let's take it from the orange. Good.
okay. You don't like
The
to pick
person.
your own start call. I
It's
don't
not
know.
like I don't like to pick the taco. I'm so.
Okay.
Good
Good
morning.
morning. Yeah, go ahead.
Good morning.
I
This
think
is
where do you
this
join us
is
from?
Tunde calling from, and I come from Bomaro. A lot of people say on tracking people or whatsoever, but if you understand the word is official launch. Although I'm not physician, but we don't want to go that route. We don't want to be saying that this is the official launch. But that's why you see the analysis this morning is seriously the second will lose.
Calling. Okay, we still expecting your call. Call us from 0777907907. It is 0907907907. And we are anticipating to switch to another national issue. So shortly we'll have to go on a break. But if you are making your way to the ATS this morning and you are having any issue or difficulties, trying to put in your calls, tell us what you experience. Let's pick this call. Shall please pick the call, Samara.
I was looking at the line. Yeah.
Good morning, your name and where you calling
Yeah, good morning. My name is Elijah P. Momo. I'm calling from Women District number 3 to be precise.
from? Go ahead, Elijah.
Yeah, I just want to say good morning to Liberia and also to our citizens out there to remain peaceful as we wait to come on 410 President Ria will be re-elected in the House. Thank you so much.
Okay, so Samara, over to you. You said we wanted to switch. I don't think we have much time in our favor, but
Yeah,
let's see
um
what this training
it
issue you
was
want us to talk
8:30. I wanted us to switch. But you said that we should
about.
continue.
8:20,
We should continue
8:35.
to we're taking course. So that's just it. I think we just was because I wanted us to talk a little about the erosion that happened within Cricket Mount County.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, it's something that we should call the National Disaster Agency because people are left homeless. They don't have shelter over them. The CDC matter was just to, talk about it a little and more outside of, but it turns out that we we had a very long discussion. So it's about the Grand Cape Mount County issue in Roberts there. And this then happened in Cool Town, wherein um, people lost their houses because the erosion, the sea erosion, those who are living near the sea, they lost their houses, erosion took place there, and majority of them they brought their houses down and now they don't have shelter over their heads. They don't have shelter over their heads and they are now pleading with the government of Liberia. Some of them even threatening that if President we are the same intervene, then they won't vote him this October 10th elections. So this incident happened on September 1st, 2023. And we saw that media practitioners, they went there to talk to the people of Grand Cape Mount County, especially the crew. But since this incident happened, these victims from the sea erosion, they started to lodge within the city hall, the Rapper Sport City Hall. It was where they started to um, it was where they started to live. They carried out. their pots, their cook pots, and everything. They carry everything that is started to live in the city hall. So my attention drew to it yesterday when the senator of Great Cape County, in person of Fanny Sherman, he went there at the Roberts City Hall to have a program within the city hall, and he was denied. I'm taking my time to explain this because I want you all to look at it before putting in your course. Barney Sherman went to have a program at the Rappersport City Hall where you had victims of the sea erosion lodging till they can get a better place. And he was denied entry. And you have people sleeping there. You got pregnant women. You have baby mothers. They were all there. So he went there for the program and he never entered the city hall. He left and he went. So, um, media practitioner talked to the mayor in the city, and he told the Liberian people that the issue will be solved. It was day before yesterday they talked to him, and he said that before tomorrow morning, yesterday morning, I mean, the issue will be solved. And he assured the people that there was a land allocated for them, and that at certain point in time, they will start to build there, but people started brushing the place yet. He also told the Liberian people that these victims who are staying within the city hall, it's not good for them to stay there because you have many pregnant women and you also have baby mothers there. So the mosquitoes, it was just the other day, uh, the people from Ministry of Health, they went there and they distributed mosquito nets to these victims that are staying in the city hall. But still, it's not decent because you have the cook pot and other, home materials there and living within that city hall. So the chairman said that he said that they went to a school building and they found 4 rooms for these people to like manage. But according to victims, they said when they went to the place, the rooms that they looked at, the room never had curtains. The room they never had screens, and there was no doors. But speaking to the mayor in an interview, he said that it was just here before yesterday. They found the 4 rooms, and they will start to put windows, and they call the electricians so that they can see as if they can put current in the place. And he, the mayor himself, took off the door that was there because it's port and carried it to the wooden shaft so that they can weather it. But let's get the voice of the mayor from Great County, Rappersport, that is in Crew Town. Because this incident, this erosion we are talking about, it happened within Crew Town in Great County.
Yeah, thank you for affording us the opportunity to speak with you. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me get the voice here.
Citizens.
Okay.
We have made a lot of effort to see how best if anything I carry on is the county authority. I get instruction from them and carry on. As you see that they're in the hall, when they see movement on the front, let me clarity on that. I heard you talking about August. The sea erosion took to the 1st of September. That day I was coming to work, I saw them going to my house with our mattresses and to the end of my office. Came there, we opened up the idea that we trying to want to find the best way, suitable area that can be, we can be so that we can find place for them. If we, for example, we say you want to use this place to build, it will not be that one day. It can't be one day, but it's a day process, a week process. So we identify, we talk with the superintendent, talk with the minister of education. They were able to talk with the CEO and the DO down to the principal to provide those areas that just went according to you that you took you there. So today we have we will went there with some cleaning off, we wipe the floor and do other things. Tomorrow, early as soon as possible, but there we'll be moving there because we'll put electricity, we'll be putting blanket on the wall. But we are making some map. So for now, there was we are for now, and we have some. The county authority has come with we talk with one of some of the companies with the Red Cross own standard of operation in the hall. in the home because while they are there, people it takes women, pregnant women are all together mosquito and other things is giving them problem. And so it's that the doctor check your 100 pieces of mosquito net for all of them so they can be covered with mosquito. But while they are still to train mosquito net is not difficult and they are in numbers. So we now get chance for everybody to be relaxed and we have to take them to a specific area so that at least because everybody don't have the same don't have the same feeding in the sense that don't have the same resistance. So we
Okay,
resist.
okay. So that's the voice of the mayor of Cricket Mount County. You heard it for yourself that they allocated mosquito nets for pregnant women, and they went at the school campus wherein the people are to start lodging, and they are trying to fix some things there and everything. But let's look at the Vanish Chairman's voice because on yesterday, Vanish Chairman went there, the senator of Grand Cape County, and he talked to the people there and he told them that he communicated with the Liberia National Disaster Agency. It was what he said. But then he tried looking for the communication. He couldn't find the communication. I'm smiling because when I look at the video, I was kind of laughing. He he checked in his two phones. I don't know. I should say that he's getting older or he's old. That's the reason. But he checked within your two phones and you couldn't see the communication that he said he sent to the National Disaster Agency so that they may be able to help the Liberian people. He was telling them that it's not like he's not sitting, he's just sitting and not doing anything. I mean, he's helping them. Now the communication that he said he sent, he couldn't find the communication. What do Liberians make of that? Let's take his voice. So he said, I want y'all, I'm going to bring my telephone so I can show you guys what time I sent the text, but the text couldn't be found. So it was the text that he kept looking for and he couldn't find it. I mean, he couldn't find the text to show us as to if he sent the money that money, but as to if he sent the message or not. We kept watching our live video till it ended yesterday. We couldn't see the text and he was denied entry within the Rappersport City Hall yesterday. But let's take the voice of one of the victims and hear what she's saying to the Liberian people.
So we live there. We told them we don't need food. We need material. We need things to see. We have everything. So anyone that watches and want us to help us, we don't need food. We don't want to provide food for ourselves. We need place that we can go and build, and we need building material. So anyone watch us around the world, international community, in our own country, we are in a position and want to help us. This is our request and this is our plan.
Okay, so that's the voice of one of the victims. She said that they don't need food, they need place to sleep, they need shelter, they need mattresses because the sea erosion carry all of these things. It was what she said. So now we are calling on the Liberia National Disaster Agency to be able to intervene into this matter and be able to help those Liberians that are in Great Cape Mount County, to be specific, the Crew Town, who lost their houses and everything, and they are now staying in the Rapper's Foot city hall, which is not good for them because you have pregnant women, you have baby mothers, you have some people there that they are not asleep there. So we are calling on the disaster agency to be able to intervene within this matter. And also, we look forward to the senator of our county, that is Connie Sherman, to be able to communicate and help his people. So, for that, we'll take two questions. We usher in our guests to come and discuss. I think we have our guests here already. So, just before our guests come in, is our guest here? Okay, we have our guest here already, and we will take him shortly. We will take him shortly, but just before he comes in, you can call us on 0770-907-907, and be able to talk to your Liberian people on this matter. Be able to send message out there to people in Grand Cape Mount County or Crew Town. Be able to talk to the National Disaster Agency so that they be able to intervene within this matter as soon as possible, because it's human interest story, and we can have people out there, they are not sleeping within their comfort zones, but rather sleeping within a city home. It's not decent at all. So let's take this call.
Yes.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes. Good morning, Port of Liberia, and good morning to the Peace Government of Liberia.
Okay.
And this is the boss of Lawrence here, and called you from my district, Manai resident.
Mhm.
Thank you for your talking point this morning. I listened to the most training talking point I have to do with Grand Cape Mount issues wherein the senator of Grand Cape Mount County resisted their senator and the Honorable Sherman
Yeah.
for entering City Hall. I think if you claim to be a representation of the people, you should act in accordance with the rules and regulations of the people. Fanny Sherman said Fanny Sherman got elected in Grand Cape Mount County. The people used to see Fanny Sherman as the demand god of Grand Cape Mount County. But God denied that because of his fantastic behavior today, the figure having issue with Fanny Sherman. I think Fanny Sherman he needs to go back to his normal behavior where in the people saw yesterday and they elected him. You cannot be a senator for the people and then you cannot speak the features of the people. So Fanny Sherman, if Fanny Sherman is being elected, meaning he has to go back to his normal behavior that the people saw yesterday that was what we elected. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So keep calling us on 077090790880907 as we usher our guests in. We will take three more calls, and we move to the next segment for today. Again, the numbers to call are 07709079070, callers, and be able to participate on uh, good good morning Liberia. So before we take calls, we will go to our Facebook page and be able to read out some comments. This is Maxwell Yimpa and says I'm watching, and Odoru Banka says I have MTN, Vodafone, Airtel Tico, and Glow Unlimited Internet. Are you trying to make market? Yeah, I already know. Hajime said, "Good morning, VOL and the peace, loving people of Maryland County. I'm watching from District 13, Monserrado County at my business spot. Politician turned businessman. It's good to do business, my brother." Anthony Jala says, "Good morning, TJ Lumbert, Vice Chair for Administration, Bacchus Coons, Think Tanks, watching from home at Catwell." And then Jerome West says, "Good morning, Samira and Grace. I'm watching from Worcester. That's from the United States of America. Election is about numbers. There's no way that one can say it's possible for a candidate to win on the first ballot. I mean, in as much as the incumbent worked in the best interest of his people, they are going to reward him." Thank you, Jerome, for making that point. And Elton Saki Jr. says, "Good morning, Mrs. Joshua and Mrs. Wonla. I'm not Mrs. Wonla, I'm Miss Wonla. I'm not yet married. And my name is Elton Saki Jr. I'm watching you from Firestone, Habel. Let me make this time to say a very big thanks to you people for the talk show. Thank you, Elton, for dropping your comment. So if you are following us via Facebook, could you be able to drop your comments there and it will be read at the end of this discussion. So that's just it. People, we are talking about the incident in Grand Cape Mount County. To be specific, the Crew Town community is our guest, yeah? So we are talking about that, but we I got a hint that our guest just entered, so it's 9 o'clock already, and we we are to take our guest by 9 o'clock. So let's take this short break, and when we get back, we'll usher in our guest for the second segment.
Absolute majority of the vote, meaning you must have 50% plus one, then you win the first round, meaning there's no second round. If no candidate obtains absolute majority, 50% plus one in the first round, a second ballot shall be conducted on the second Tuesday following the announcement of the results of the first ballot. Second Tuesday, I will end here. I don't have to go all the way down. Second Tuesday following the announcement of the result of the first ballot. If you need to plan for elections second round, the time the law tell you need to conduct the second round, do you expect for us to get the money after announcing the results before we start running being a Ministry of Finance or before we start making preparation? Election doesn't work like that. While we are talking about now, the commission start to engage for that money. Commission start to make preparation for a possible second round. If there will be a second round, the time frame the law is providing, it's a very limited time frame that you expect the commission to say, we're waiting for the first round to finish. Let's see whether there will be second round before we make the preparation. Obviously, the time frame is very limited. And as such, in elections, there are lots of preparation we put in for elections. You saw in 2005, there was the second round, 2011, 2017, and the commission were ready to move into the second round because we always have funding for the second round. That is why the commission is impatient. Nobody said the commission praying there might be this one or there might be this one. In elections, when you are preparing in elections, you don't wait for the last day before you prepare. Election is a bridge between chaos and peace. The last with security. So that's the reason the commission is asking for this money now because preparation must start now for second round. It will need to have second round.
Okay, so if you are just joining us, we would like to say welcome to Good Morning Liberia on Voice of Liberia. And we just usher in our guests. Shortly, we will be interacting with F. Alfonso BLM, the second, who is the National Assistant Secretary General of Planning, Policy, and Program. And he's here with us this morning. We are going to talk to him, and you, the public, you are also going to interact with him. Good morning.
Good morning, Samira, and good morning, Grace. Good morning to the staff and management of the Voice of Liberia family. And I want to say, hats off for the job that you do here, and to your CEO, Sekou Sharif. I've seen a lot of changes, and I've seen a lot of development here, so I must appreciate you for the work you do.
Okay, so Grace, you can start from there. Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay, so I just read a little about you, and you are the Assistant Secretary General when it comes to policy and programs and everything. Can you please tell us what you are here to say to the Liberian people today?
Thank you, Samara. And as you may be aware, the campaign processes have been launched since August the 5th, and Unity Party being one of the political parties contesting these elections. presidency, vice presidency, senatorial representative. So it is our responsibility to be able to engage the community through your platform and other available platforms across the length and breadth of this country to communicate our manifesto and project our candidates to the people. And so we come this morning to be able to let the people know what we've been doing over the last 2 weeks as a political party and as a campaign team of the Rescue Mission, headed by a venerable statesman, Joseph Nyuma.
Okay, so one out there may ask, what has Joseph Boakai done for the Liberian people that you want him to be re-elected?
So sometimes we tell the Liberian people who Ambassador Boaka is,
Mm.
his upbringing, his involvement into the development of our country, his stature as an integrity icon. So Ambassador Boaka is from Wasanga, Fuya, Lofa County, born on November 30th, 1944, went to CWA, a school of elite then, became the president of the Student Council government of CWA, went to the University of Liberia, got a bachelor degree, and then decided to go back home to Lofa to work. And so he started as program manager of LPMC, the defunct LPMC, Labrador Product Corporation. So Ambassador Boaka started, and then later on, the management decided to give him the opportunity based on what he did in Lofa, creating cooperatives to be able to manage the activities of the LPMC in Lofa. LPMC was involved into crops activities coming from palm, rice production, cocoa, coffee. And so he was assigned in Lofa. Then later on, gave him the managerial position as the first Liberian managing director for LPMC. So he came to Monrovia. Now he had an oversight across the country. So across the country, he developed cooperatives to be able to benefit our people. One, in Ball County, you go to Ball County, you ask anybody about the LPMC, they will tell you. You go to Nima, you ask anybody at the LPMC, they will tell you. You go to Grangida. So Lofa, Ball, Nima, Grangida were used as counties to produce rice, as counties to produce palm, counties to be able to supply cocoa and coffee on the Liberian market and outside. And so on his watch, the LPMC developed the four counties as basket of our country. And beyond LPMC, when the 1980 coup took over, when the PRC government headed by then Samuel Kayado, they appointed him as agriculture minister. So leaving for LPC as one of the subsidiaries of the Ministry of Agriculture, going to the regulatory entity, he was able to provide supervision or LPMC carry and other agriculture related institutions across the country. When he left Ministry of Agriculture, he went to uh, LPRC under the stewardship of the late Dr. Emma Klogesoya as interim president. He provided the supervision, but besides that, Ambassador Boaka was involved and is involved into the development of young people. He served as board chair of the Federation Librarian Youth Club and also as board chair of the Young Men Christian Association, the YMCA. The two institutions in our society being considered as institutions that develop the capacity of young people. So Ambassador Boaka served the two distinct institutions. Today, when you ask people who were able to benefit under the stewardship, they will come and commit to the admit to the public, the society in general, about the stewardship he provided. And then he formed a Lusu Corporation, a private entity NGO, to be able to get involved into some of the activities, provide charity activities for our people during the war, the crisis. And so he was involved into humanitarian purposes. In 2005, Madam Sally, Ellie Johnson Sally, then President of the Republic of Liberia, nominated Ambassador Joseph Juma Boaka at the Unity Party Secretary PA convention in 2005 as vice presidential candidate. And so when in 2005 the election was held and the new government was inaugurated, in January 2006, Ambassador Boaka was inaugurated as Vice President of the Republic of Liberia with the sole purpose to assist the President in providing the goods and services to the Liberian people.
Okay.
So, as vice president, people sometimes say, "What did he do?"
Okay, I would like to go in there and bring you to speed with speculations because we want you to clear the air when it comes to birth flying around. Okay, there's speculation that the Unity Party standard bearer, Ambassador Joseph Yimambwaka, serving in the early administration, the fact that no car went down for corruption and also some background section in line with the APN terminal and the infusion of the Firestone rubber plantation. All these sagas surrounded the Unity Party, and yet Honorable Bwaka did not resign. We all know that his hand is now stained with corruption. For that, I can clearly say as a journalist. But being a man that wanted to contest as a president, he wanted to serve the Liberian people. Why he did not resign at that critical time?
So the issue about contesting for presidency or any position is not something that is inherited in you. It comes about based on the prevailing situation. So that's why Ambassador Bwaka admitted in 2017 that I serving as vice president to the Republican Liberia under the stewardship of Madam Sali, we squander some of the opportunities. What are the opportunities? The issue of Nuka going bankrupt. That was one of the opportunities we squandered. So when people read, sometimes people talk about 66 Google concession. I want sometimes for people to take time to read the Mo Ibrahim audit report. Read the report. This is some of the compliance issues were not that everything that was done were wrong, but sometimes administrative procedures. For example, you are the manager here and somebody who is a receptionist supposed to deal with certain issues based on the acting and the MOU you sign with them. And at a certain point, it did not go well. Some of the customer can complain. When the board is taking decision, they blame you administratively because they expected you to provide that leadership or all the staff that are working with you to do due diligence in terms of the activities that they were assigned to. So when you read that report, some of the issues that were raised with some of the concession, the passage, again, people have to be cognizant of the fact that some of the people who were elected probably in the House of Representatives or at the Liberian Senate with just for war, the capacity problem then was an issue. So when you look at some of the issues and the way people deal with issues then are now quite different than now because you have capacity building, progress has increased at certain level. People went to school, people were able to be taught the basis of how to deal with issues. So the report said there were some administrative causes. But Ambassador Bwaka being an integrity icon admitted to the Liberian people that we squander some of the opportunities. And what are the opportunities? I just mentioned the car, the Ben Rocks of the car. Some of the people that we needed to investigate in regards to corruption. Some of the things we needed to do. For example, we done much. If we create a United Party-led government from 2006 to 2018, you could create around 80, 90. But that was not what we were elected for. We were elected to provide the basis for our people. So, for example, we built a road from here to Buchanan. We created the economic zone. That should not be the stopping point. We should be able to build the capacity of people who will benefit from the economic zone. And that's why you're seeing we've got some of the opportunities. We build a road from here to Ganta. That should not be the starting point. We should have built a road as far as look at to the Bolo. We should build a road as far as Tabata or even as Zwedru. Right? So these are some of the opportunities that we squander. The Liberian people gave us the authority. They did not give us the authority to justify why we did not reach here. There was no need for us not to build a road. The road connected the Babangida Highway that going to Bow side that hitting a rubber sport. Because rubber sport being a tourist center, there was no need to justify. There was no need to justify why we did not connect here to Jedwa. There was no need to justify why we did not do X, Y, Z. Even though we realize the fact that the timing and the resources were not available and we're starting from scratch, but there was no justifiable reason. And that's why he admitted that we squander something.
Which is fair enough. But my question remains, when Ambassador Bwaka was a vice president, didn't he have the desire to one day aspire for presidency?
No,
Yes or no? Yes or no? I just want to
I
know.
cannot tell you yes or no because the desire came about in 2015, 2016
Okay.
when the people of Lofa petitioned him.
They petitioned him.
Yes.
That's good. That's the statement.
Yeah.
After being petitioned, don't you think it was prudent enough, knowing that we have a alleged 66 was conception within the elite administration. Ambassador Barker take his exit and resign from that government at a time.
But there was no justifiable reason to resign.
You think so?
Yeah, there was no
Okay.
need to resign. The reason very simple. From 2006, if you cannot resign until 2016,
Okay.
and you resign 2016, what the reason you're going to get a Liberian people?
But
Like,
you
I'm
yourself
telling you,
admitted there was a opportunity to squander, and
I'm doing it.
we
Yes.
all know the influence he will have as a president is limited as a vice president. For that, I say it clearly because
Go.
you work as per the constitution what the president desire you to do, the will
Yeah.
and pleasure of the president. But my question is, if he being interpreted man, knowing that these people, the legislators, was not inclined, and he was the most educated man, you said he went to the school of an elite. So I think that's why I asked that question.
No, that's why you said to the Liberian people, the issue was not the resolution. The issue
Okay.
was a continuity because I serve as vice president. I know exactly what the lapses are, and I know where we can improve. So
Okay.
coming to the Liberian people based on the petition from his people all over, and the Liberian people in general, said, give me the benefit of the doubt. I know exactly
Okay.
what kind of concessions we signed, what kind of agreement we had, probably from the Kuwaiti Fund,
Okay.
probably from the African Development Bank, in terms of to do roads, to do infrastructure, so that I know exactly. Give me the opportunity
To continue.
to not only to
Okay.
continue, but to correct some of the mistakes.
All right. All right.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay, so let's move to the issue about the official launch of Unity Party campaign. Can you please tell the people the date set for the official launch of Unity Party campaign, and how's the protocol going to be like, and the format of the whole official launch, the venue, and every necessary thing?
Yeah, so before we get to that, I quickly want to let the public know that this 2023 concept of our campaign is different than other campaign periods in our lifespan as a political party
How?
because we ran campaign 1985 as a party,
Okay.
2005, 97, 97, 2005, 2011, 2017, and we changed the approach because this election is a matter of mass because it will define the role of our people. It will either stop the massive corruption, it will reduce the suffering of our people, or will increase the suffering of our people. So we develop a model of how we intend to run our campaign. We call it a community-based campaign. And so we established a campaign team that we took people from counties, affluential people, to be able to deal with the issues on the community base. What do? We got our campaign chair from Basa. So she's engaging into the Basa belt,
Okay.
meaning the coastal belt of Maserado,
Mm.
which include the King Grade and Lambestown, the Basa communities, going as My Gibi, Grand Basa, and Riverside. So she's there mobilizing the people. So it's not an original event that we come to, we make political speeches. No, we take our manifesto to the people.
Okay.
Our campaign manager comes from Bon County, Central Liberia. He takes the message along with our national cheerleader. They take the message to Bon County and tell the people of Bon County, explain to them our manifesto.
Okay.
Our vice presidential candidate,
Mhm.
come from Lima. So he takes the message to Lima. Our national chairman and the youth chair come from Riverside. They take the message to Riverside. So we divide the country into geopolitical zones and reach out to the people in different tone and different qualities of messages based on how we structure our manifesto. Our vice chair for administration come from Kitmouth, and the other people come from the Western counties. So we developed a manifesto based on the issues that probably, when you look at what we did from 2006 to 2018, some of the lapses we had. From George, we had 2018 to 2023, some of the lapses we had. And what are the issues? For example, the rule of law. People commit crime and they go scot-free. It's our focus on the rule of law.
Mm.
In 2017, when Joe Biden talked about rule, people did not understand the conversation about rule, the technicality leading to getting money to do the rule. Our manifesto is still focusing on the rule. Reason is, if there's no rule from here to Lofa, there's no way you can access products from Lofa on the market. No road from here to the southeast. There's no way you can access products. So we said we'll do road. We involve into agriculture. We'll tackle the issue of the rule of law, including peace, security, in corruption fighting. We also said, oh, we get involved into education. Under our stewardship as a political party, we build community colleges. Our level was not to stop at community college level, was to improve those community colleges to full-fledged universities. By this time, we expect the University of Liberia to be having a doctoral program, and that's our vision. So when we stop, we're going to improve on the education capacity of our country. Then we say, look, sanitation, which includes sense of health and community environment. What do we do? Look at Broad Street. Look at the community. Look at Monrovia. Look at the better way of the sea. The country is dirty to extent that people getting sick for this issue. So we say our focus will be on sanitation, which is encompasses of the environment and health. Then the next thing we said tourism. When you look at other places, even the beaches in Monrovia are places to develop. The quote unquote Bali Island project, when you go to Ramos Point, you see the beaches from Buchanan to Harper, when you see the beaches. So our focus is a trench of an agronomical arrest. So we develop our campaign into that model to be able to engage our Liberian people to tell our people exactly what we're going to do in 6 years time, have our head on in contempt, or take out to task if we fail to provide any of the basics
So all of these
necessary.
things that you just named, these are the things that the Unity Party-led governments will do when they get into power in the first six
That's why
years.
we started from 2006. We're going to improve on
Okay,
where we stop.
from 2006. So it's
Yes.
still in your manifesto for
We
this year.
modify our manifesto based on the
Apanso,
environment
Oh,
and the
okay.
timing.
Oh, okay.
Apanso,
Thank
Yeah.
you.
you have a very firm platform. Respect the fact that the Unity Party want to serve the Liberian people. What strategy are you going to use to implement these things you have said?
Cool. So, and that's why we have a team of competent, qualified, and experienced who are leading the rescue mission. I was standard bearer being a vice president for 12 years, knows exactly where to go and how to engage. For example, the World Bank. The World Bank invests into sanitation. The World Bank invests into rural development. But what they're all looking for is a competent, experienced government that will be entrusted with their resources. So, for example, we say, okay, we want to do road, coastal highway from here to Apple. What do? We go to the African Development Bank, we go to the World Bank. With Joe Blanca as somebody who has integrity that the people respect, the people is willing to give their money to Joe Blanca. In return, you show them integrity. And so we're going to look for the money. It's not the resources we collect. Yeah, it's not our budget that we do that. For us to do the agriculture, the first thing we need to map, and which we have done, map the counties, what we want to do. For example, Lofa, we said we'll do rice, cocoa, rubber, coffee. So we open Lofa up for investors. There are people from China, people from India, people from Russia who want to invest. We commercialized. We said boom. Boom is doing rice, it's doing palm, it's doing rubber. We commercialized. We said Nima. Nima is involved into rice, rubber, coconut, whatever we do. So we commercialize, we bring investment, not us as a government. We go to Grand Guinea, we do palm, we do rice, we commercialize. We go to Grand Crew with the statistics available to all. It's good. Grand Crew is positioned to do cattle raising. We bring investors and do cattle raising. We go to Riverside and Ramos. The statistics available to all and the good in fishing. So we commercialize the place and invest into fisheries.
Looking at the fact that you have a lot of people from your party that see the fact that campaign is violence, I would say that is alleged. And as a young man, what are you going to say to them? When today we go to election, the Unity Party obviously win the election, what would you say? If they lose the election, what would be your response as well?
The first thing is you need to look at the track record of a political party or some of the people in leadership. So we have a record. In 2017, the Supreme Court ruled, and that ruling says even though there were irregularities, malpractices in the elections, but they were not the gravities were not enough to overturn the results. If it had any political party, they would have resorted into violence. I was standing by took up to the platform, a national platform, and issue a statement saying we accept the results and we're going to live by the results. and told partisans and supporters of his that not because of me will have a bloodshed. No, we would allow the process. And that's why today you see the Liberian people. The result of the 2017 elections is now with us. We live with it and we feel it. So the Unity Party is a party of peace. We led the country for 12 years. We took the country from where it was in 2005. We met a government, a composition of people from warring factions. We were able to build people capacity. We want to motivate people. We want to bring investment. Our thinking is about peace, peace, and peace. So if we go through the process, when the elections is free and fair, and there's no another attachment to say there are irregularities, even though that the gravities are not enough, we stand for peace. We call our parties and you always follow the Unity Party issues. We always stand for peace. We don't agitate. We don't disturb people rallies. We go to our rally. We leave our rally. And so we stand for peace. We go to the process, whatever the result will be. We know we are confident with the type of work we do, the community engagement with the people, with the suffering of our people, with the marginalization, with the abuse of the rule of law. We know exactly that our people will give us the benefit of the doubt. They're going to go for all. But we are not going to get involved into violence.
Okay, so you said that you were going to answer my question
Good.
because
So
people out there would like to know the date. I may know the date of Unity Party, campaign launch and things like
good.
that,
So
and all of the activities. But people out there don't know as to when Unity Party will even be officially launching their campaign. So I wanted you to give the message.
the official launch will be on the 17th. That's the official date we communicated with the National Elections
The
Commission. The
17th.
17th of September, and the venue projected in our communication is 8 years. So we left with the National Elections Commission and the government to decide what kind of venue they want to give us. But the protocol, how the routes will be derived are we coming from which side, whether the Senate Bureau come from here, the rear resident, the Vice Senate Bureau will use the soul clinic, or whichever area, the protocols will be derived at before next week. But as far as we're concerned, the date is the 17th of September and the venue is 8 years.
Okay, so what do you expect on September 17th? How many persons are you expecting to ATS?
Well, so when the number you saw what we did in 2017, with even the the expression, the physical expression of 2019 political parties going against us, and people are talking about us retaining territory. So you saw the number with 2 hours at ATS. At this time now that Joe Barker is a magnet, attracting human beings to himself, and the type of mobilization that our teams on the ground. Yesterday, you could see the footage coming from West Point,
Yes, I saw that. I saw that.
a quote unquote political base of our opponent, the president, and the ruling party, and you saw what happens in Nickeltown.
Mm.
So it clearly shows to us that we're going to pull out. Even though ATS cannot take more than, I'm not too sure it takes more than 20,000 persons,
Mhm.
but the central part of Monrovia is going to be locked down on September 7th.
So that day we will call it Green Day because the country
Oh
is still going
yes,
to be
the
green
country is
after.
going to be green. The country is going to be green, and you're going to see that the routes, how the protocols will be developed by the campaign team, and you'll see on that day that the whole of Monrovia and its environs, because Peaceville is going to get involved, Broadville is going to get involved, the Garnisville Township is going to get involved. So the whole of Monserrato is going to be green on that day. We believe it, we know it because we are on the field, and our standard bearer and vice standard bearer, they are human minds.
Okay, so what kind of message do you expect your stand-up barrier to preach that day? Because we have been seeing lately in all of his campaign videos, his messages he's been preaching to communities is that he's going to take Liberians out of poverty and that Liberians are living within poverty. Even yesterday in District 16, he talked about poverty at the end of his discussion. He said that he will take Liberians from poverty. So I said that all of the messages we've been preaching around is just going to conclude everything on the 17th, or he's going to add, or what do you expect as a partisan?
So the 17 is a bigger program, it's a
Mhm,
bigger platform.
mhm.
So the standard bearer are going to talk about the 5 pillars of his manifesto.
Okay.
And then he will detail that in his agony arrest, you talk about agriculture, rule, you're going to talk about the rule of law, you're going to talk about education, sanitation, and tourism, because it's a bigger platform, and Liberians and the outside world want to know exactly what the objective, what Ambassador Baka intend to do. Yesterday and over the last 2 weeks, we've been having segment of conversations based on the communities. For example, under our stewardship, we have the water wave project, beach and water wave. And that project was targeted to slope communities along the beaches. And so that was swimming when the PHP community, King Gray, Namistar, West Point, Nickel along the Brewer. And so we're providing opportunities and job for the people. George Weah claimed to come from a slum community. He claims that West Point and Nickel are his quote unquote bases. While we instituted as a unity party-led government, George Yaki and took that project out of the people. That project, at least a person was getting about $150 per month. And that was putting food on the table of the people. When Joe Burger is saying, I will take people out of poverty, Joe Burger is saying, I will restore dignity in the livelihood of our people. Those of us who will have the opportunity to work, your earning will be able to provide for you and your family. And that's what the Unity Party government did. We took salary from $15 to $200 at least a month. And that salary alone was current, and you could get it and you can afford, because you could use a salary to take a loan to do anything. People were not fighting for their kids' school fees to be paid or was or whatever fees to be paid, because they were taking salary and their just labor was rewarded based on the enumeration they get every month.
Okay, so speculations have been going around. I mean, just take it back a few months back. That is Harry Costa. He came up with some kind of negotiation being made between Ambassador Bwaka. But we all know Costa is not a consistent man, so we never took it serious. But after a few months, a week, that was it? It was one of his allies. Chris, can you please help me with what are you talking about? The guy who said that he did not leave Unity Party.
It
Unity
was
Party
Benin
left him.
Ayure.
Benin Ayure. Benin Ayure said that he did not leave Unity Party. Unity Party left him. And if the Unity Party was going to win the election, they were going to be treated as dogs. And Benin Ayure had been Joseph Waka, one of Joseph Waka's strongest ally. He came up with that. And after some time, we heard speculations about Prince Johnson, a leaked audio, and he also talked about how uh, Ambassador Bwaka is old and he cannot run the country, and that is Jeremiah Kuhn that can run the country, and all of these things. And since all of these things been happening, Ambassador Bwaka has not come to address these matters. We have been talking about it on this radio, because the more you address these things, the more you clarify the minds of the people. But I know that you are in the know of these things that have been happening. So what do you have to say to that?
So let me start with the issue of the statement from Senator Johnson, quote unquote, the leak audio.
Yeah, the leak audio.
So Senator Johnson and we from the Unity Party said we accept every statement,
Okay.
every word is in that statement that was said by Senator Johnson. Senator Johnson was speaking to audience, a specified audience.
Okay.
That audience were the people of Niba County. He was saying to them, look, J. Cool, first of all, he narrated. He said in 1985, we put up a presidential candidate, a president of the late Joseph Fiado of the Liberal Action Party. He was contesting to win the presidency. He did not win.
Mhm.
In 2005, we brought in Dr. Joseph Couture the late. He did not win. In 2011, he said, I have Prince Joseph King. I did not. 2017, I did. Now, the political wave in the country is gravitating towards JNB of the Unity Party. Graciously, he selected one of us, our son. Nima being a geopolitical zone with numerical strength, having almost 320,000 registered voters. He said, we are now blessed. So I'm calling on every Nimayas to join in hands or with Jeremiah Kuhn for us to win the election, because Jeremiah Kuhn will be sitting on the table of decision making as vice president of the Republic of Liberia that will benefit the people of Nima. The Unity Party had done much for Nima. They need to progress. They need to do some additions. They need to add on to the value that they have done to Nima. So you're speaking to the audience. For example, let me attach. Every time George Weah speaks to the Labrador, he says, "Oh, I'm from the slum." George Weah is saying that not because he quote unquote gave it to the people in the slum, but he keep reminding them that quote unquote the people in the slum are the majority of people in terms of the elections, they get their vote out. So he keep telling them, I'm one of you. Give me your votes.
So
I'm one of you.
Prince Johnson, he was talking to the people and
Of
say
Lima.
that Joseph Imabwaka is old, and when he happens to win the election, Jeremiah Kun will be the one to, go around and do things for him. You think it was what he was trying to say?
What you're saying to the people is that Jeremiah who will sit on the table on
Okay.
decision making as vice president of the Republic of Liberia. And Nima will be protected as a county with number that have been promoting people to the presidency.
The way in which you are saying it, we never heard it.
No, because words are made in context.
Okay.
Prince Johnson contest was that he was speaking to the audience of Nima, telling them we need a space on the table. For example, when Obama came to power, Jesse Jackson tried to contest in America in 1984 elections. He did not go anywhere. Obama came, the message was, it is the time that we will have a diverse group of people to take the presidency. He was speaking to the audience of Black Americans. He was telling them over the year we struggle. We've been marginalized. It is now a time that we have a practice Black American. They're rallying around. I'm coming. They're rallying around the Black American to get the votes. They voted for Obama. Trump came. Trump said no. We need to tell our country for the Black Americans. We who are the real idiots. It is about time the real Americans should take. So the messages are attached to audience. That's why I'm coming 1 minute. That's why we go to
But this interview is supposed to be Korekosh. So I want you to please take your time because we have not had Unity Party people in our studio for quite a long time.
Okay.
And we are happy that you're here. So you need to take your time and clarify. Because Prince Johnson have a history of war in this country before. It's how I call it, one of those that are warlock that like we will look at today that should be prosecuted as per what he did in the past. So he have a tendency or history of executing an ex-president. And the Liberian people see the amount of love and support gearing towards Ambassador Baka. If Prince Johnson could have in that position at that time, kill a president that was trained as though was looking at Ambassador Baka condition, don't you think that's a threat to the presidency in making?
No, that is not a threat. The
What's the
first thing is
threat?
that let me explain. Prince Johnson in 2005 intended to contest on the Unity Party ticket for the senatorial seat. When we had our convention secretary, we were defeated by Sion Paris Yamaten. Prince Johnson left our party contested independent. In the second one, we went after Prince Johnson. We collaborated with him, we won the election. In 2011, after the first round, we went for Prince Johnson. Prince Johnson being in the country over the last 20 years. Prince Johnson not being attached with any war thing. The war issue has trespassed. He supported the Unity Party in every round of elections. In 2017, he supported the George Weah.
If you're saying the war has passed, I want you to clarify that perpetrators still roaming the street and people still living with that mindset. So I want you to just put it in a way that like when people would know that this is something that we regret. Please.
That's it.
This is a
But
platform you need to
here's it.
clarify.
Here's it. In our quest, the
Yeah,
Unity Party
yeah.
quest, and I was telling about our quest, is that we will encourage, we will do everything in our political will for the establishment of the war and economic crime code. When you listen to our Vice President Jeremiah Cole, he said we will encourage, we will do everything in our political will for the establishment of the war and economic. Even Senator Johnson had a press conference and called for the establishment of the war and economic crime code. Even Yake Koluba has always been on the radio. The CDC government, when they were in opposition, Robert Molu and others said they were calling for the establishment of the war crime court. He even admitted of meeting Barack Obama, then US president, in the corridor in Ghana at a function calling for the establishment of the war crime court. The CDC took power. We go 5 years now. There's no signal, there's no sign that the war and economic crime court will be established. Joe Biden admitted to the Liberian people. Even at the presidential debate in 2017, he said, I will encourage the establishment of the war and economic crime court. He still maintained that statement and he's going to do everything in his political will for the establishment of the war and economic crime court. Yeah, what I'm going to before you come in.
Okay.
The Prince Johnson supported the CDC. There's no time they talk about war. Prince Johnson went to Nima and told the Nima people, let's vote for George Weah. He won about. George Weah model could have come from a composition of Nima called We and Norway. It's a bordering environment with river cells. And so in 2017, he took George Weah to Nima. He said, this is what about. The power is coming to all. Let's vote for George Weah. Nobody made an attachment. We saying Prince Johnson was speaking to the audience of Nima. We will not encourage anything that will jeopardize our peace. We will ensure that the peace is sustained and our people get a just benefit as Liberian citizens.
Okay, so we have few more minutes to 10 o'clock. I think that is about time that we start to open the phone lines. You never address the issue about Benedal Ure.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the issue about Oroyure, Costa,
I'm not even counting Costa.
okay, so Oroyure, we really acknowledged the support of Oroyure even before the runoff. In the first round, during the presidential debate, when all the candidates spoke, in concluding, Oroyure admitted that in that hall, the most experienced person to be president of the country is Joe Blanca. And since then, he has supported us to the last time he departed our company. Oroyure made a clear policy statement at a certain point, almost 6 months leading to the selection of the running mate of the Unity Party, that he don't want to be a running mate. So we acknowledge his support. The fact that he called for a youthful running mate, the Unity Party through Joe Biden had gotten a running mate. We acknowledge his support. He was never a member of the Unity Party. He has a political party, but he provided us the support. He provided us the support in the runoff. Beyond the runoff, we have a political marriage. At a certain point of time, he determined that at this point, it's about time to part company with the Unity Party. We still acknowledge him wherever he is. We call him, he's a senior Liberian citizen. He's somebody who has a heart, who wants Liberia to be the best. We still reach out to him one way or another because we need him in the runner. I will stand up and stay engaged in him. Even though politically he decided to part company. But we respect him, we acknowledge the type of support he gave us, and that's why all our policies at the senior, junior, and lower level, they keep respecting him and engaging him.
Okay. Thank you. So let's just go quickly to our Facebook page and be able to read out a few comments before opening the phone lines. And this is Deconti Bawon, and she says, "Good morning, Samira Wonla and others." She said, "Good morning, Samira Wonla and others. My name is Deconti Bawon. I'm watching from Dupont Road Feed. Thank you, people, for the talk show this morning. Thank you, Deconti Bawon, my own sister. Thanks for following Force of Liberia." And Emmanuel Grace says, "I'm a first-time viewer and I'm watching from Banka." Thank you, Emmanuel. Always follow this platform. And Emmanuel Grace says, "JMB all the way." So you can call us on 07709079070, 08809079070, and be able to interact with Afonso Biele of Unity Party.
Yes, good morning, Sister Derek. And
Good morning, Sister Journalist. My name is Samira.
Samira, good morning, Samira, and Opudi. And let me say good morning to the Comrade Brothers in studio. And this is the voice of Lawrence Priya again for the second time. I am the vice chair for operations based on non-UV security chapter of the country. And I listened to the Comrade Brothers deliberations on the issue of Baka, why Baka should be president. So, Samira, you see, deception. Do you know the reasons why? If you're having a vote in America today, they will have a people of 6 to 7 years before declaring your citizenship is crossed. Human behavior cannot be inherited from 5 or 6 years. You may have a behavior 2 or more, but it cannot extend to 4 or 5 years. And that is when the people know your total or 2 attributes of an individual you are or who the individual you are. Now, Waka saying that you want to be president of this project. But do you remember, Waka started in the legislature as a vice president who controls the Senate. In fact, our constitution is vice president controls and presides over the House of Senate. Waka sat there and the Senate passed a bill for certain concession agreement. Certain concession agreement project or because of saving that our president did not benefit. Waka sat in this country as a vice president, others as a vice president. Based on that, in this country, how Liberia comparing to our neighboring African countries in Liberia, but today we cannot see 10% of the development that are money to pay
so
father
I
or
think
his honor.
you can
Let me
just
propose it.
give
Let me
your
propose it.
question. Are you asking a question or making a point?
Let me propose it that brother he said that the son of opportunities, right? He is very clear that the people of brother cannot come out again for contest for any public offices. Thank you.
Thank you. You got the question?
Yeah.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and where do you join us from?
Thank you. I am your co-host in studio.
So no
I'm
co-host.
more just looking at your Allen CDA to pocket to. What about the hello?
No, Mami, go ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead. The line open.
Okay. Let me say, this is one of the most powerful influences of Apostle Together in studio. We give it some strong statement, bringing out fact what Joseph Walker should become the next president of the republic. First of all, let me say this. Someone will say Joe Walker, quote unquote, in fact, in memory, you say Joe Walker sat in the House of Senate. He controlled the Senate. But matter of fact, he was not a lawmaker. He was not voting. So the Senate itself, the senator are the one who passes the law. The presiding officer is put there to preside. He's not there to make law. He is not a lawmaker. That's what they say. The vice president is a position. It's a ceremonial position. And state people don't understand. Don't go to people who say over 12 years, why Joe Biden should have resigned.
Okay, so I think you are exhausting your time already. We have people that they are phoning in. So keep calling us on 0773. Let's take this one. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm okay. Just make your point. If you want to ask question, you ask the question strictly. We don't have time in our favor, please.
Okay, thank you. It is not a question. This is Robert Nwankwo from District 17.
Okay.
And I just want to respond to some of the statement made by some other people. So, and including your very first, you put it right. You say, why?
Yeah, the line is very terrible. You have to come back. Good morning.
Good morning again.
Good morning, Brahma.
Yes, let me say thanks to you again, and let me say good morning to your studio guest.
Okay.
But I have 2 or 3 questions for your studio guest this morning.
Yeah.
And my first question,
just
yes, my first question to you. As a sitting vice president in Liberia, if your boss is not proceeding well and you know that your boss is not proceeding well, is it a crime under our Liberia that if you resign? Is it a crime in Liberia that if you are vice president you can't resign? And
that's
then,
question number one. Okay. Go ahead.
We hear people saying that Joe Baka has farm in local country or he has farm in Liberia. I want to know from him this morning, what are some of the products that have ever come from Joe Baka's farm? That people always say that he has farm.
Okay, thank you. We got your question. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, your name and where do you join us from?
I just want to appreciate the brother in the studio there. We are rare discussing the issue, and we were waiting for our Democrat time to vote.
Okay, thank you. Good morning.
Hello.
Go ahead.
My name is Prince Johnson. We are joining from District 2. Okay, no, I just want to commence to Mother Pen and Joseph Zuma. He is our next president, whether you like it or not. So we don't even have time for all those party where those people are saying ruling party. So we let that.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Carmen Kevin. I'm calling from 12th Street, Stinko.
To the point, Carmen.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your talking point. My question to your guest is that Senator Berra said there was an opportunity that was funded by him Let me put it that way. By him. So he got any sense of going around running campaign telling people say who brought poverty on the Liberian people was 12 years you were able to steal from the Liberian people and put them in poverty.
So I think your
Come
question
on.
is who brought property to the Liberian people, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
Braga.
okay, thank you. I think it's a question. Good morning.
Good morning.
Go ahead.
This is Mohammed Ikawa, one of the people defenders of connecting district 14 to the
Straight
executive.
to the point, my brother. No time.
Yeah, thank you very much. You know, the coming 2023 election is not about how many years you were in government. It's not about how many years you live on the earth.
Okay.
Your contribution to the country is what will mean that country will vote you.
Okay.
So the 20 people need to vote President Weah for his second term to continue.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Go ahead. We have 2 more minutes.
My name is Domingo, so I call from the cover down there.
Mm.
I want to say thank you for your talking point. What I want to say is that let all of us Liberians know this that the ambassador Bwaga did not say our Bwaga's find an opportunity. He said we as a government. So nobody shouldn't think that he said, let them go back to the table.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Chiba M. Kamara. I do call from Makivi, Kakata. Yeah, I had a question for your TV here. He said something about Mr. Yuri that
Chiba.
Good morning.
Yes, go ahead. You're live.
Yeah, he said something about Mr. Yuri and the senator of the Unity Party, that the senator of the Unity Party is in competition with Mr. Yuri. But I want to understand from him, is he contradicting the past president's statement that Yuri told him that he should sabotage the peace of the country by putting 2,000 plus people on the street to demonstrate against the election result, or is he trying to tell us Joseph Baga is still working in line with Mr. Yuri? Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning. Okay, it's 9:50. We have 9 more minutes to go. Let's take this last one in.
Good morning.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you, Mo.
Okay, Becky.
Yeah. The other lady said that Baga said he's an opportunity, and the other guy is saying that he was not the man particular, but he worked with a government. So he also will be responsible, especially when he came up and saying this kind of opportunity, so he better go and report it to the police. Because we are the best president 12 years following.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You are live.
Hello?
You are live.
Yeah. This is Rama H. Harry, calling from New Kagana.
Quickly to the point.
Yeah. I don't have nothing to say, but I much appreciate the speakers that are in studio. Thank you for your exposé.
Okay, thank you. So that's how we call it a day for course. Let's go to our studio guest so that he can answer all of your questions and give his parting statement. So it's over to you, Alfonso.
Thank you, Samira. I want to start with Becky. When I say Bwaka said he's squandered the opportunity, two persons called. The other guy, the lady said it's Bwaka who squandered the opportunity. The guy said no. Bwaka said the government. I just want to give a classic example. George Weah was made peace ambassador under the Union Party government. Later, he became senator. The vice president of the CDC and the Republic of the vice running mate of the CDC and vice president of the Republic, Joy Howard Taylor, was senator for 2 terms under the Union Party government. The same lady accusing Joe Biden. Scope of seditions were in the Unity Party led government. Their campaign manager was Minister of Sport, Minister of Transport, and then Minister of Information before we left the government. What Biden was saying was that we squander some of the opportunities that we have provided to our people. Great talk about the local, and I give instances not only the local, but some of the issues we should have done based on the timing and some of the resources available. For example, the opportunity to squander our people in Samuel 12. We seconded Samuel 12 to the African Development Bank, the United States government. This is a Samuel 12 who say this is his time. And Eugene Name and all judgment is saying that people who are not in the CDC are enemy of the state. These are the opportunities which Kwame that Joe Baka was talking about. We gave them the opportunity in our government because they were Liberians. We did not take them as citizens. We did not take them as people from the minority political party. We took them as Liberians, and because we wanted an inclusive government, we gave them the opportunity to lead, to serve in our government, to provide their expertise. Today they come back and they lash it at the Unity Party government. These are some of the opportunities that was going on. If we are not giving them the benefit of the doubt, they would have served in the capacity. Georgia, we made peace ambassador. We gave you allocation in the budget. So if thing goes wrong, everybody should take responsibility. Bwaka was fair enough to say we squandered some of the opportunity. He said it yesterday, you can say it today, you say it tomorrow.
Okay, so move to the next question.
The other issue is about whether Bwaka is still engaged in Yuri.
Mhm.
I said Yuri is a political figure, it's a statement of our country. Bwaka is in conversation with a statement.
Mhm.
I'm not saying in political conversation. Yuri broke his political tie with the Unity Party, and that was Senator Joe Bwaka. However, we respect him, we stay in contact as a statement. We in the Unity Party are not people in the CDC. Once they don't support your political ideology, then you go after them. No. Political marriages and political conversations are based on ideology and policy at the given time. He decided at this time he no longer in a political marriage. We respect him and we consider it as a statement.
Okay.
Then the other guy said, Gamet talk about who brought the 12 years, the poverty.
Mhm.
When we took over the government in 2006, we made salary at $15. When we were leaving, it was at $200. People could afford. It is the George Weah government that brought the poverty, not the Unity Party government. When we were leaving power, we had investors. Today, no investor in the country, no NGO. People got credentials. They walk in the street. The only thing they do, they go to Taisha, they go read newspaper. Not that they cannot fend for their family, they can fend for their family, but no opportunity. The responsibility of the government is to provide opportunity. In a United Party government, you may not have the opportunity to work, but you could call your cousin, you could call your uncle, you could call your daddy, you could call somebody to be able to check out to, and somebody could help you. It could pay your school fee, it could buy the weather market for you to be doing. That is the responsibility of the government. We're saying we are saying the 5 year. George Weah on that fateful day on yesterday took to the podium and said the library will not be in the economy. See where we are today. We're saying to the people, the real renaissance is Joe Bwaka, is a hope, not the hope of change the series. It's a continuation of what the Democratic government did from 2006 to 2018. We're going to do the best. We're going to hire also the gains we made. And we're going to, people, look, Samara, before I leave, you, a promising young lady, you have a family. It is not your quest to reach out to somebody to pay your child school. It's nobody business, especially we Africans. We take pride on how many children we bore and how we take care of them. In the United Party government, the first thing we instituted was free compulsory education. We built community colleges, we built universities. We gave family full money. We get a job to provide for their children. It's not about pay WASP. WASP is $50. I can afford once I get a job. Get me the job. I will take care of my family. I don't want to live on gratuity. Africans don't believe in living from here to home, my friends. So we're saying the 17th is a launch, and the venue is the 80th. The Renaissance is Joe Bwaka, the rescue mission. We're going to provide the basic services for our.
So that's all the questions you have there.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's take a parting statement.
So my parting statement is we encourage everybody who want to appreciate for you, the staff and management of this station, for the work you continue to do for the library, especially in the difficult time of our library history. Election time is not something to play with. It's sometimes it's a time that is very dedicatory. So we appreciate you for the type of job you do, and we keep engaging our people. Our campaign teams are all on the ground. We encourage our meditants, our studios who are all in the community, the National Youth Congress of the Unity Party, the National Women Congress, the National Campaign Team, and everybody who continue, the motorbike riders, the Pimpers riders, everybody who continue to give their support to Joe Baka. Although these technical circumstances, especially when we do have money, people buy their own gas, they buy their own fuel to reach out to community. We appreciate everybody. And that day will be in January 2024 on Ambassador Pwaka at the ground of the capital will be
Okay.
inaugurated as the president of the Republic of Labrador for a new hope in the new day. Say thank you.
Okay, thank you. Let's go over to Grace for her party comment. Okay, so that's it. This is how we would like to call it a day. We've been here since 7:30 this morning, and we talked about the the official launch of the Coalition for Democratic Change campaign today at the Antoinette Tottenham Stadium, where you will have citizens turning up in their numbers at that stadium and celebrating and also campaigning their stand-up burial in person of His Excellency George Manuel Weah. And on our second segment, we had the man from Unity Party in person of the Fanso Afanso Biede, and he talked about the campaign launch of Unity Party and also some district politics and also national politics. We also throw a little light on the incident that happened in Grand Cape Mount County with the sea erosion. And my name is Emiria Wawala, and I was here with Chris Williams Joshua. Together, we presented this program. Again, I would like to say peace is what we want in Liberia. Let's talk peace, work peace, eat peace. Let's put Liberia at first. Go to the polls and vote who you want to vote peacefully. Let's stop the violence within this campaign. So we see you tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. My name is Samira Wawala. This is how we call it all day.
Mind Flame.